don't want to come to the dawah, we will bring the dawah to you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I was, reading Sultan's book recently. After watching the debate and him getting demolished in that debate. It was fun to watch. But regarding book, Sultan in his book, The Curse of God, in his the page number 126 writes. Okay, but before I look into the refutation, I just want to let people know that the reason I'm refuting this book is because people do take him seriously, especially, the Pajits, or the people do take him seriously, especially his Indian audience, the Hindi-speaking audience. They love him for some odd reason. He has really horrible arguments, but like we'll be looking into one of his arguments in his book. He uses this argument again and again and again while debating or doing his atheist or mulhid apologetics. So let's get into that. In his book, his book's name is The Curse of God and Why He Left Islam. In that page 126, he writes, before I debunk the verse that Muslims love to use as evidence of the Quran's advanced knowledge, it is important to look into a couple of other claims of embryonic knowledge made by its author. These verses and hadiths will help us better understand where the author of the Quran is coming from and when it comes to explaining embryology. Let's look at this verse. He was created from a fluid ejected emerging from between the backbone and the ribs. Okay, this is the verse, the chapter 86, verse 6 to 7. Muslim scholars don't often talk about this verse as they probably haven't found a way yet to spin it. According to this verse, a man is created by a fluid, in brackets he puts sperm, that is produced between the backbone and the ribs. According to the Quran, this is roughly where the sperm is produced. This is like the main go-to verse to refute or debunk Islam by Sultan. Okay, so this is like the main go-to verse that Sultan loves using, to refute, debunk, or formulate his argument against Islam. Okay, one of his starting verses he uses. Just for some odd reason, when he clearly at this point should know that this verse it doesn't do anything. Okay, so let's look into the verse. The verse says he was created from a fluid ejected emerging from between the backbones and the ribs. Okay, yeah. Now let's look what does it take for a verse to prove a religion false. It can be Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. What kind of verse proves the religion to be false? Or a passage or something like that. A clear and direct verse that has a false claim or a contradiction, something like that, yes, would prove the religion false. Or a verse with multiple interpretation and all the interpretations are false. So yeah, there would be no way to run around the verse being false. That would, yes, indeed prove a religion to be false or not, or the religion to be not from God. That is fine. But does this verse fall under that? We can just clearly go to something like Quran.com and look at this verse and what it really has to say. So for example, let's go to Quran.com right now. So what does the Quran actually say? What does the verse actually say? And and the best part is that I want his Indian audience to understand. I want to teach them some Arabic. I really want his Indian audience to understand. I'm going to teach them some Arabic right now, because the thing is that they just eat up whatever he says. But the thing is, if they use their own rationality, they think for themselves, they can understand what the verse is saying, because some of the words in this verse have been used in Hindi, or some form in Hindi. For example, let's start. Khuliqa. In Hindi we say Khalik. Ya Khalik, oh Khalik. This is a word, a formulation of this word, not the formulation of this word, but the formulation of the word creator is used in Hindi or in Urdu. Okay, so Khalik meri madad kar, something like that is used in Hindi. So khuliqa, okay, if these Hindus, Indians, Islamophobes use their own rationality. They can understand what it means. Khuliqa, okay, mimma basically min means from, min means from, and then ma basically means water. Okay, I won't say these are something in Hindi, but ma means min means from, ma means water. But dafiq, have you heard, I'm like in Hindi, dafa ho jao, dafa, dafa means get lost or just leave, something like that. Similar to this, dafiq, ejected, okay, or brought forth, or something that is, leaves, okay, or with pressure, it is ejected or leaves with pressure, something like that. So khuliqa min ma in dafiq, simple as that. Created from a water ejected. It is in rocket science. You can understand it. Even if you speak Hindi, you can understand what it means. It doesn't say anywhere sperm. It just says khuliqa, created from a water ejected. Where does it say sperm? Nowhere. So just looking at this, the verse doesn't say sperm anywhere. Now, what does Haris do with this verse? Okay, so the Quran is, not clear about what the ejected fluid is. It doesn't name the ejected fluid or anything. Okay, and yes, some commentary of this verse, say that they are, for example, it is talking about sperm. Some commentaries, say that it is talking about sperm or something like that. But there are other commentaries that simply do not say that. Let's take, for example, let's go to one extreme and let's say Muhammad Tahir al-Qadri, he simply says that the way he interprets this verse is according to modern science. So he actually tries to interpret it that it goes according to modern science, not against it. So this can be done. Okay, this just goes to show it doesn't prove Islam to be false, and how blatantly Haris Sultan uses and cherry picks specific understanding and tafsir and commentaries and shoves it down his audience's throat. And this is one of the many places he has done this, and this is the first one that I'm pointing it out, because this one Haris loves to use, okay, and shove it down his audience's throat. So we can clearly see this verse doesn't prove Quran to be false, because, well, it's not clear, first of all, and there are multiple different interpretation. What else do you need? Okay, Haris, stop cherry picking specific interpretation to your own liking, please. And to his audience, the Pajid audience, you can clearly see, man. Khuliqa mimma in dafiq. Khuliqa, khaliq. You have this verse in Hindi. Here are similar word. You have that in Hindi. Khaliq. Okay? Or if there are any Sikh watching, Khaliq. You guys definitely know what that means. Okay? Because you have Ar-Rahman, Khaliq, all that in the Sikhi scriptures. So Khaliq, create. The khuliqa is the creator or created. Then mimma in dafiq, from water. Okay? From water, or from water or liquid, from water ejected, dafiq, dafa, ejected. So the Pajids who are watching this, okay, you guys literally know two of the words already. Okay, you guys almost basically know two of the words in this verse, and you can literally go and see what mimma means. Okay, you can literally go and see he created from water ejected. You guys can refute it yourself. You don't even need, someone else to tell you what this verse means. You guys can go search it up. Two of the words you already basically know what the other two words means, because they are literally just 4 words. Stop being manipulated. You're being manipulated by the people, the likes of Haris Sultan. The thing is, you guys love anything that anyone says against Islam, and clearly the Hindu Islam folks can easily refute this themselves. It's just true, man. You know two of the words. Come on, let's be honest here. Okay, so I think I made it pretty clear that this doesn't prove Islam false, and hopefully I'll be looking into other places where Harith Sultan, you use similar tactics and refute that as well. And there are like a lot of, I think there are a few chapters where I just need to make one video and the whole chapters, okay, all the chapters are refuted. But I'll save that for the next video. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. It was great recording this because Harith's book is horrible. It's just bad. But it's gonna be fun, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Ma salama. Have a great day.